One of the biggest struggles in life is comparing ourselves to others. This story is for anyone who has ever said, "I'll never be as good as them." There was a small village near a large, beautiful forest. In that village lived a boy named David. He was kind and hardworking, but he had one bad habit. He always compared himself to others. When his classmate John got the highest marks, David thought, "I wish I were as smart." When his rich neighbor Mark bought something new, David sighed, "I wish I had his money." Even if someone ran faster than him, he whispered, "Why can't I do that?" Slowly, these thoughts ate away his happiness. He couldn't focus, he stopped enjoying small things, and he felt like he would never be good enough. One day, a wise old man named Grandpa Thomas visited the village. People loved him for his wisdom. David went to him and said, "Grandpa, every time I see someone better than me, I feel miserable." Grandpa Thomas listened and said, "Come to the oldest tree tomorrow morning. I'll show you something." The next day, David arrived. Grandpa pointed at the forest and said, "What do you see?" David looked around. So many trees, some tall, some short, some with fruit, some without. Grandpa smiled. "Now imagine the apple tree saying, 'Why am I not as tall as the oak?' Or the oak saying, 'Why don't I have sweet fruit?' How would that sound?" David laughed. "It would sound silly." "Exactly," Grandpa said. "Every tree has its own purpose. The apple tree gives fruit. The oak gives strength and shade. Different, but both valuable." Then Grandpa took David to a pond. Fish swam in the water. A bird flew high in the sky. He asked, "What if the fish wanted to fly like the bird?" David said, "That doesn't make sense. Fish swim, birds fly." Grandpa looked into his eyes and said softly, "Then why do you spend your life wanting to be someone else? You have your own gifts, your own path. Find it and walk it." Something clicked inside David. He realized comparing himself was stealing his happiness. From that day on, he focused only on his own growth, his effort, his talents. Slowly, his confidence returned. Life started to feel bright again. Years later, David built his own business. He became one of the most respected people in the village. And whenever someone asked him, "How did you become so successful?" he smiled and said, "Never compare yourself to others. If a fish tries to fly, it will always feel like a failure. But if it swims, it can rule the whole ocean." Always remember, the sun and the moon don't shine at the same time, but both are important in their own way. Your journey is yours. Walk your own path. If the story touched you, share it with someone who needs it.